Alrighty, y'all. So we have the skill information for Little Mermaid. I'm assuming Mihara's and Mori's are also going to come out later on today. So I will be recording all the showcases or all the stuff for her. Now, if you don't remember, Little Mermaid is a Burst 1 Pilgrim. So we're hoping for the absolute best because if you don't already know, Burst 1 sucks. Like, we don't have much Burst 1 characters. We have Litter and Rappy. And then, like, Dorothy, Volume, and then we have Rouge and D. And then that's like about it. So let's take a look and see what she does. I've already seen this, like the shooting stuff, so I'm gonna play it for the sake of the video, but hey, nothing is moving there, so it's okay. I like the blue glow on the outfit. I think that's cool. I like the ears as well. I didn't know they were like antlers. I like that. They look like antlers, at least to me. The hair, I guess, is that hair? That's her hairstyle, not her ears. That's her hairstyle that looks like antlers. Okay, here's her burst skill, which her weapon is the bubble, which is cool. That's very, very cool. Her weapon just being the bubble is very, very cool in my opinion. She's gonna be crazy. She has to be crazy, right? Like, we're expecting a character that just redefines the game right now, right? Because Crown is a broken burst 2 character. So where is her skills though? That's a good question, Zxous. So can I get a good answer? Where is her skills? Oh, here. What? That's the Korean one. Nikke. Did we forget her skills? Let's see, okay, let's go. I think we forgot her skills. I'm pretty sure they forgot her skills. Which is okay. That's not okay. Why is her skills not here? Imagine. How do you do that? I can't even. Okay, we're just gonna translate this. I can't be asked. We don't need to translate because Nikke just posted. So let's see. Win supporter burst 1 20-second cooldown. Ready? We're winning already. All right. So activates only when in focusing status. Affects all allies. Focuses fire continuously. Okay. Okay. Activates when full burst ends. Affects all allies. Cooldown of burst skills decreased by 7.48 seconds. Perfect. CDR. Right? We're already looking good. Activates when entering full burst. Affects all allies. Attack damage increased by only 4% for 10 seconds. I mean, it's through a skill 1, so I respect it. Sure. And then activates each time total ammo consumed by allies reach 400. Affects all allies. Fills burst gauge by 37%. So when the total ammo consumed by allies reaches 400, so what that means is when 400 ammo, every 400 ammo like used throughout all your characters reaches 400, your full burst gauge is going to increase by 37%, which is okay, cool. So far the first skill is okay. I'm gonna say it's okay. Nothing too crazy besides the cooldown reduction, right? And that's, you know, at the end of a full burst. So okay. Skill 2 activates when the enemy appears, affects the target. Bubble damage taken increased by 5.05% continuously. Okay. Activates after landing 50 normal attacks, affects the target if the target is in the bubble status, which will, because that's when the boss appears, right? Okay. So damage taken is increased by another 5.05% continuously. Stun for 3 seconds and removes bubble. Okay. Activates every 1 second only during full burst. Affects random enemies. Deals 63.36% final attack damage. Final attack as damage. Attacks sequentially for 4 times. Sure. That's basically like what? Every 1 second during full burst. So that's 10 seconds, but that's like, they're what? 30, 60, that's times 4, right? Activates each time. I don't really care for that though. She's a supporter. Submachine gun supporter. Why would I want her to deal damage? Right? I mean, it's cool, like it's extra damage for free, but okay. Activates each time total ammo consumed by allies reach 500. Affects one random enemy. Bubble Barrage deals 85% final attack damage. Attacks is sent sequentially for 10 times. That's okay. So basically, that's 850% every time we reach 500 as a total. And then that's basically what 30 or 63 times 4 is like about, I'm going to say like 200, 300% something, right? Which is basically cool. Like that, it's kind of like Dorothy, right? Not to an like when I say it's kind of like Dorothy, I mean to the point where she's a supporter, but in terms of giving more damage for free, basically, right? And then her burst skill, attack damage increased by 10% for 10 seconds, reload magazines by 33%, and affect self. What? I'm sorry, but no. I'm gonna be 1,000,000,000%. I mean, I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's bad, but I don't know. I feel like I could have got this from a regular character in the game. I feel like I could have gotten this kit from a regular character in the game. Is that just me? Because these are level 10 skills. She gives herself an attack buff, which I guess is going to be good for her, like, skill 2. Right? Why not just give everybody that attack buff then? You know what I mean? There's no point of giving only her that attack buff of the caster's attack for 10 seconds. They could have given that to everybody on the team. Genuinely, right? The attack damage is 10% and then reloads a 33% mag. Okay. Damage taken is practically permanent until bubble is removed, where what? After 50 normal attacks, the bubble will be removed. So basically, you have the bubble activated when the boss. You have 5.05% continuously damage taken increase to the enemy until 50 normal attacks has been used. After that, then it goes from 10.10 to just 5.05, because then you have the explosive bubble, which is damage taken increased by 5.05% continuously, stuns for 3 seconds, and then removes bubbles. But then my thing is activates, it says affects the target if the target's in the bubble status. So my thing is when the enemy appears and then you use 50 normal attacks and it removes the bubble status, right? How are you getting the bubble again? Because if the boss appears one time, then that's it. Right? And when it says that affects the target is usually the boss, right? It's not minions or anything like that. It's usually the boss. So when the boss appears and then you use 50 normal attacks and you remove bubbles, how are you going to get that skill 2 again? From that point, you lose that first part of skill 2, and then you only have the second part of skill 2, which I do think is good. That's damage. That's like 850% every time all allies as a whole reaches 500 normal attacks. You know how crazy that's going to be? 500 normal attacks and 400 normal attacks. Well, the normal attack for 400 is giving you burst gauge. 500 normal attack is giving you the bullet, the bubble barrage, right? And then every 1 second during a full burst, you're getting the 63 dishes. So she's going to be a very good character on your team as a burst 1 in terms of helping provide damage, right? The attack damage buff, I feel like is 10% is a bit low for me. But sure, it's an attack damage buff at the end of the day. And she is giving more of an attack damage buff as well from her skill 1. She does have CDR, which I think is good. She does have fill burst gauge, which I think is good. I think, honestly, like, I could have gotten this from a regular character, though. I think that's why I don't want to say I'm here disappointed. Let's see what other people have to say. I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm like, because she's good. I just feel like I could have gotten this from, let me see what the comments here. Yeah, her kit looks underwhelming in my opinion. Finally, a Pilgrim Burst one that works to support like a support. Sorry, Doro. The continuous focus fire is what's interesting me. Let me see. Where is that though? It says activates when in focusing status, affects all allies. Focus fire continuously. That's a new thing. That's a completely new thing, right? The focusing status and the focus fire, right? My thing is, it doesn't say anything here about her getting, because it says activates only when in focusing status. Affects all allies. Focus fire continuously. How do we know when she's in focusing status? That's my question. Because nothing here says she gets on a focusing status. You see what I mean? So I'm assuming she's in focusing status from the beginning of the game. And then I'm assuming focus fire is just like, it means you're like accuracy. That's what I'm assuming just from the words. But we wouldn't know what focus is fire and focusing status is until the character actually comes out in the game, where we can click the orange text and it'll give us an actual definition, right? But when you read her kit, there's nothing here that says after she does this, you get the focusing status. There's nothing here that says that. I do feel like for a pilgrim anniversary level, it is underwhelming, but she is good. Like, I'm not saying, oh, because it's underwhelming, she's bad. I do think this kit could have went to any character, though. I think that's more why, like, I think it's in my head, I have this idea of a pilgrim's kit, and I'm not trying to say this doesn't resemble a pilgrim's kit, because that this part, the skill 2, I'm not gonna lie, the skill 2 and the cooldown reduction is saving her. The skill 2 damaging part and this cooldown reduction and, you know, the attack damage buffs here and there, full burst gauge, like her whole kit is saving her, right? I do feel like it is a powerful kit, but I guess it's just my own problem because I would have had more for a pilgrim. But I don't feel like this is a bad kit at all. Is she going to be the best first one in the game? We'll see. Probably. I mean, she probably will, because her and Crown are going to go crazy now. I will say her and Crown is dumb. Final attack is damage. She's doing this bubble barrage, and then the same thing for when you enter a full burst. Final attack, that means any buff that you get from anybody else is also going towards that. And this only procs after 500 normal attacks have been used between everybody on the team, not just this character, which is crazy. Genuinely. Do you know how crazy that is? Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's crazy. It says activates each time's total amount consumed by ally reaches 500. Do you know, if I had 3 machine guns on my team, right? Let's say I had this character, I had Crown, and I had freaking Red Hood Rappy. Do you know how much bullets Red Hood Rappy and Crown are getting off? Yo, they're getting like a lot of bullets. Yo, wait, she might be nasty with that now that I think about it. After 500 normal attacks between everybody on your team, she might be nasty with it, considering who you put on your team. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited now. Let's see. Hold on, because that's crazy. A final attack as well. Rafi and Thing are machine gun characters, and machine gun characters shoot crazy. Not to mention, this character herself is a sub-machine gun character, so we're going to see what happens, but hey, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know when we do the testing with her. I think she comes out tomorrow at 6 p.m., so we'll see. Or I don't know what time she comes out for me. I have to check. But I think, honestly, considering what the character does, I'm going to just say she's like a Dorothy, a glorified Dorothy, but she works more outside of her burst skill, because she does have technically everything Dorothy has to provide. Cooldown reduction and damage. And I guess to an extent damaging buffs, which is useful. Like, her kit is good. This is a good burst one. This might be the new best burst one. Honestly. I think when you really sit down and you talk to yourself about it, it might be the new best burst one in the game. We're going to see. I'm going to test it, but I am liking it. I don't think this character is bad at all. I think a lot of people might look at it and be like, a bit underwhelming, as myself, right? In terms of what you would expect for a pilgrim. But when you really think about what it says, it is quite crazy, in my opinion. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy. Against bosses, this character is going nasty. That's what I can say 100%. Against bosses, this character is crazy. But let's take a look and see what she does when she comes out. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.